Hi guys. So I just kind of made a video about the pillars of severity, but I'm going to talk about it a little bit on my regular YouTube channel before I might make another video and post it on my website. I'm almost done with my website. It has to do with working together versus feeding off of each other, right? You're doing one of the two. Either you're meeting the needs of the people around you, and you do that in two ways. You water a plant, and then you cut the things away that you won't accept. Now, you don't try to control the person around you. You just say, look, this is what I accept from you. This is what I don't. Those are my boundaries, right? And that way you don't allow very toxic people into your life. You don't want somebody coming in just constantly pulling your energy, because you'll be so involved with their stuff and their drama, you'll never get into higher states of awareness. You'll never be able to work on yourself. You know, everything in this reality is about your relationship with it. And your relationship has two main things: how you're listening and providing, and the second one is how you're stating your needs. Your needs are the boundaries that you create. These are my needs. And what are your needs? Right? Both ways. And both ways, unless you are in somebody or with somebody that has similar boundaries to yourself, then there's always going to be an imbalance. There will always be an imbalance if the person you're with does not have the same boundaries as you. And it's all about self-awareness, which is why I've been single for so long, because I've always known that I'm learning more and more and more about myself. And I am not going in any position to be with anybody until I know myself enough to be able to state my needs, set my boundaries, and be able to appreciate somebody that can do the same. And so all of us are getting to that. I mean, that's what this whole thing is. It's a big soul training ground. This is a training ground for your soul, so that you understand how to state your needs and respect other people's needs. So that's all it is. And that's how people work together. The business community at large, and I think I covered a little bit of this in my last video, but I can't remember. The reason that society is breaking down is because of that simple thing. And because people don't know how to state their needs for each other in a healthy relationship, they need to pull energy. They feel like they need to pull energy from them in the form of money to put in their pocket to take care of themselves, because they don't believe that the person sitting across from them has the ability to take care of them, because they don't know how to state their needs and set proper boundaries. Simple as that. So until we build a society where people know how to work together, I mean, that's why people left the businesses that they're in. That's why people become entrepreneurs, because they don't want to work for somebody else and be controlled. I don't want to control you. All I need to do is to state your needs, right? And all you need from me is for me to state my needs. That's it. That's all. And then we naturally fall into a co-creative cycle. Very simple, right? And so the boundary becomes two pillars of severity. One is, I support you as long as you support me. I will do what you ask as long as you do what I ask. If you try to control me, then the hand comes up and then you reach a boundary. So you prune away the things that do not serve you. Don't try and control anybody. You're just meeting people's needs. And if they ask for something, then do it. But set boundaries. Say, look, I'm doing this because of this, and this, and this. Right? And then when you create the boundaries, you meet people wherever their boundaries are and accept them for who they are. If you will only do things for money for me, then I will only do things for money for you. Period. Right? Unless you want to work together, we can work together. But if you're worshiping money, hand goes up, because I don't care. whether I make something or you make something out of us meeting each other, fulfilling each other's needs. Right? Ask and you shall receive. Simple as that. And so I used to think there was something wrong with me growing up because I saw all these people fight and try to control each other's behavior. It didn't make any sense, right? And then I used to think there's something wrong with me going into the business community because you say, hey, how can we work together? Oh, no, I just want to sell you something. It's like, okay. What are you selling me? Are you selling me advice? Because guidance comes from within. I'm guided by my higher self. So what exactly are you selling me? Not a good idea, right? That's why it's so dangerous to worship that thing. Because now when you're taking money from someone else, you're trying to control their energy. Saying, well, I won't do this unless you give me that. Bad idea. Not good for the soul to do that. Because now you're creating a boundary that's just isolating yourself. Because people don't feel like they can come to you to ask if they need help when they genuinely need help. Now they can't come to you because you're like, oh, that person they only do that for money, right? They're just propping themselves up. It's propping yourself up in pride instead of that. So the pillars of severity are very severe, extremely severe. One way goes very down. The other one goes up. Two choices. Soul training ground. You're either going up or you're going down. If you're trying to create barriers in your relationships or resistances in your relationships instead of just asking and receiving. And then if you ask me, I'll do anything. As long as you do the same. But if you won't, go bye-bye. Not interested in working with people who take from you, all you do is give, and then nothing in return. It's pointless, right? I mean, what was the point of that? That's what everybody's learning right now. And so everybody's starting to get fat, fighting each other. Because the system has worked that way for so long, the inflation rate's getting high enough where people can't pull off each other anymore. And so people are getting mad. So they're trying to keep propping themselves up to each other instead of saying, what do you need? Ask and you shall receive. Simple as that. And so my website is very simple. It's a project about setting the right boundaries, creating systems to make sure that everybody's in service to each other, and that they have to state their needs. And then the person, whoever it is that's supplying those needs, needs to provide those needs. Make sure that their needs are being met. They're going to have to ask. They're not going to be able to tell anybody what to do. You can't tell me what to do. All you can do is ask for your needs. And if the person that you're asking refuses to meet your needs, you need to ask why. And what are your needs? Do they prop up the whole? Are they going to prop up the people around you? Are your needs balanced so that you're balancing yourself and honoring yourself and at the same time honoring the people around you in the same way? How many businesses work like that? I don't know of any. I don't know one. I have no idea if that even exists. If that exists, I would love to hear about it. Because it feels like that's what I'm here to do. What are you guys here to do? I would love to know in the comments. What are you guys here to do? Are you guys here to heal this place? To heal relationships? To teach people how to work together? Because it's a learning process. You have to learn about yourself before you can do that. You can't do it until you learn about yourself. Self-knowledge is everything, right? Until you learn that nobody owes you anything. All you can do is ask. And if your needs aren't being met, ask. My needs have been met. Almost in every way. Because I've always done whatever I've asked. This is a unified field of intelligence. It is as simple as that. It is all a part of you. And if you love the people around you unconditionally and meet their needs, then your needs will be met. It is that simple. And you have to learn how not to try and control other people's behavior. It's not for me to decide what you want to do. You can choose this path if you want, but if you don't, right, it's one choice that goes in one direction or the other. You can serve mammon, or you can serve each other. You cannot serve two masters. Cannot serve two masters. Impossible. I cannot serve money and serve you. If you believe that you can, then you don't understand yourself yet. I'm here for you if you need help. Because at some point, you will end up pulling energy from the people around you instead of providing for them when they ask. It's really that simple. And so what I want to provide for you guys is something that you have unconsciously asked for. You didn't even know you needed it. And the only reason that I know is because I connected to my higher self to make sure that I was meeting the needs of the people around me. And so now I need to state my needs. I need your help. I don't want to do this alone. Everybody has to come to a place of supplication and before one another. I want to make group decisions together, work together. Don't you remember what it was like when you were a kid? When you used to play together in the playground and the nice kids sometimes got pushed out of the mean kids groups, but then the nice kids got to play together because all they want to do is share an experience together. I had the privilege of growing up with one of the most, the greatest person I know. Somebody recently that I asked for money. And amazing human being. And he told me, because he's just like me. He's like, and this is funny. This is super funny the way he did this. He's like, I think it would psychologically, hurt our relationship if I turn this into a loan. So you have to understand that this is not a loan. I'm going to give you this money for free. And I was like, great. I love you. You're just like me. And so him and I played together when we were kids. We built stuff together. Never tried to control each other's behavior. One of the greatest people I know. So if you're watching this, Ed, you are. You're one of the most beautiful people I've ever met. I would have to say, of all the people I've ever met, you are one of the best. And so, he's somebody that volunteers at his fire department, How can you ask for anything? Somebody that wants to serve their community in whatever way they can. Public service ain't easy. I'm here to tell you. Maybe I'll just post this video on my website. Because people need to think about the pillars of severity, what it is. You're always in front of those two pillars of severity, and you need to hold yourself accountable to make sure that you're doing what it is for yourself so that you can do what it is for other people. And realize there's nothing wrong with you. You don't have to prop yourself up. All you need to do is, in order to heal yourself, you will always do it by just asking for whatever you need, as long as whenever someone asks you for something, just do it. It is that simple. One way leads to health and growth. And like I said, you don't have to work with me. But learn to tell people of your needs, and when somebody needs something from you, just do it. I went into the business community this year. Maybe I just talked about this, but I went into the business community in the last couple of years, and I always thought that, I was trying to figure out what is wrong with me. Why isn't anything working? But it was because I was being protected, and I didn't realize I was being protected. that whole time, right? You have a guardian angel looking over your shoulder, protecting you because your heart's pure and all you want to do is serve the people around you. But when the people that you're interacting with do not want to serve you, and their only interest is to what the money that they can get out of you, then you're being protected. Now, I know that's a hard lesson for somebody to learn on that's watching this channel. All you have to do is forgive yourself. Nobody can do that for you. You can ask for forgiveness for whoever it is, but all you have to do is forgive yourself and bend the knee and just start serving the people and say, what can I do for you? It is that easy. And so I encourage you to do that for the people around you. You will learn more about yourself that way and how you are not serving other people. And then you will learn about yourself and learn how to serve other people. And you'll keep connecting with your higher self. You'll never be in a state of conflict anymore. Right? What else can I say about that? You know, as a father, you just want to look at everybody and say, look, quit being children. Start playing together nice. We can create whatever we want to create in this world. And it's not going to be my idea. It's not going to be your idea. Well, it could be. But usually the ideas grow as you're working together. My idea is just that. It's just my idea. But I do know how to set boundaries. And there's going to be a group of us that I want to be a part of that are working together healthily. They're just supporting one another, lifting each other up, honoring each other's individuality, because all of us have so many skills and things that we can do. I mean, I had the privilege of growing up and being smart enough and knowledgeable enough and even athletic enough where I could pretty much do anything. I can't think of anything that I'm not capable of doing. I'm a good singer. I love singing. And, learning to play the keyboard. It doesn't take me very long to learn how to do things, right? But I need to focus more on the keyboard because I do want to spend more time learning how to do that. I'm going to let you guys go after this. Maybe I'll post this video on my website. Pillars of Severity. Think about it. Very important. You have to learn how you're serving people before you find out how you're not serving them. And the only way you're going to do that is if you let go of the money. Because if you're not serving someone when you don't ask for money, they won't do anything for you in return when you need something because you weren't serving them correctly. Right? And so it's a learning process for your soul. That's what Jesus was teaching the whole time. Take up your cross, just carry your own burdens. Don't try and put your burdens on anybody else. And I have unconsciously, not realizing it, put my burdens on other people, not knowing that that's what I was doing a lot of times. And so you learn, you move from unconsciousness to consciousness that way. Very hard, and you have to be able to forgive yourself for the past or you will never move forward. So, right? And that's the way I feel about you guys. It doesn't matter what you have done with me, and nobody's ever done anything to me. You could have stolen from me. Your intent could have been to just take money from me. I don't care. All you have to do is say you're sorry, and I will know your intent by the way you do it. Right? Everyone needs to learn how to work together. Or this place ain't going to get any better. I mean, imagine everybody so dysfunctional where we couldn't work together at all, and everybody was just trying to sell each other stuff, right? I mean, the whole system would get so locked up that you wouldn't be able to, because you wouldn't be able to buy anything. If everybody's trying to sell to each other, It's like, no, I won't do that for you unless you buy my thing. But then at that point, all you're doing is working together. You're just trading the same amount of money for whatever I have to offer, for whatever you have to offer, right? It's that simple. That's why money is it's not just the love of money is the root of evil. It is money itself puts you down a path where just following the money. Now you create a boundary. It's like, well, if you're going to live by money, then you're going to buy my product too. We can buy and sell from each other, but the system, you can't keep doing that if you don't know how to work together. And when you know how to work together, you're not pulling off of each other energetically anyway. Right? Think about it. Okay. Enough about that. Have a great day. We'll get one oracle card. I want to pull an oracle card. So, come the Hierophant and the High Priestess. The Hierophant is a teacher, and the High Priestess is intuitive ability to see where people are, to feel other people's intent. And that's how you administer the pillars of severity. That's what the High Priestess card's for. Because it's the emotional sensitivity of the High Priestess. And that's what, if you can marry that with the Hierophant in your own inner understanding, then you become a great leader, right? That's how you are able to lead people in the right direction, where ask and you shall receive. This one. Surrender. Always be in a state of surrender. Because you're always surrendering to someone else's needs. All you have to do is ask. And I've been kind of, guided to see that a lot of times, because when you're working for the people around you, they're asking, you're just meeting their needs. You're never in control. And it's hard, but those are the types of experiences that lead you to much higher senses of self. When you're just meeting the needs of everybody around you, that's, and you're not trying to control, you will be given time for yourself, right? But you have to, your body is just like that. The cells in your body are in a state of surrender to each other and meeting the needs of the cells next to them. They come in conflict when they try to work against one another. I love you guys. Have a great day. And always hold yourself in high esteem and forgive yourself from things, from maybe even belief systems that you believed in the past. So, love you.